William Hill Vegas sponsors Frampton versus Quigg on Sky Sports Box Office.
Radio Raheem here with Scott Quigg. You're only a few days from the fight, man, and things are only getting more and more intense as we get to that ring. Today up here on the podium, you guys faced off. It was intense. It seemed like you were up there for 5 minutes staring each other down, but then you sort of put hands on each other. We could see that Frampton was talking to you. What was he saying that made you push him away?
Well, we were staring at each other and he was starting to feel uncomfortable. He started blinking a lot and then he started talking, saying, "Look away," and trying to break the stir. And then he tapped me on the shoulder twice like this. He went like that and then he went to do it again, and I was like, "Man, no, don't put your hands on me." So.
Should we be concerned that at the weigh-in, when you guys are really hyped to go, that somebody's got to stand between you?
Who knows? It could all go off tomorrow.
Now, a big deal that's been made of this locker room thing, obviously, went on and on for that at the press conference. At the end of the day, how important is that to you? And they're calling him the A side. He's on the right side of the dais here. What does that mean to you, and why should you have the dressing room you want?
If people was privy to how the negotiations was all dealt with, the demands they made was embarrassing. The list goes on. He has to be on that side of the poster. It has to be Frampton Quigg. It has to be ring walk second, announce second. The list goes on and on. It was but we give them all. I'm the home fighter. I'm in the home corner. He's fighting at my arena. So I'm having the dressing room I normally have. That's it. They're not bothered about that dressing room. They just don't want me to have it. They say I'm superstitious. I'm not superstitious, but they're superstitious because they want to try and take that away from me because they think it'll have an edge, give them an edge. I'm in that dressing room and I'll make the same walk to the ring that I normally walk, and I'll get in that ring and put in the same performance that I normally do, and I'll be getting my hand raised at the end. I will become unified world champion. That's it, and it scares them because when they look me in the eye, they see the truth of what I'm saying.
Both sides are so adamant about something that seems so small but could be huge. Is this a sticking point? Is this something that you won't get in that ring unless you've got the dressing room you feel like you deserve?
Listen, there's no sticking point. I'm having that dressing room and that's it.
When we look inside the ring, obviously this kind of tension just heightens everybody's desire to perform and perform well. At this point, is there animosity? Do you not like this guy finally?
I don't like him. I want to knock him out because he's trying to stop me from achieving what I want to go and achieve. He's trying to stand in my way. Though before this fight was made, do I have any animosity against him? No. He said a few disrespectful things as the build-up in this fight's been going, from the media tours and stuff like that. Saying I eat crayons and I'm numb, I've got no intelligence. But I'll keep my composure. I don't get angry because I don't fight angry. I'll fight smart. I'll box to a plan. Keep my composure. And when he bites and tries to take the bait, I will take him out.
You've promised a knockout. That's a pretty tall order. That's a big promise. What is it that you've seen about Frampton, who can box and is known to be able to move, that makes you think you can get to the boxer and then drop him for the 10 count?
Because he will not be able to box. He won't stick to a plan. He can be boxing and moving, but after so long, he'll stand and fight. He's a proud man. He'll want to give the fans a good fight, and he'll try and stick to a plan. He'll stick to a plan, but sooner or later, when I catch up with him, he'll stand and fight, and that'll be his downfall.
Now, what they would say is that fighting here in your hometown, as you've said, against your home crowd, that's a big concession for them. For you, that's got to mean something, that your family and friends and people you grew up around will be in the audience. Does that, you feel, give you an advantage?
What gives me an advantage is me staying in my own bed at night, being familiar with the surroundings and making the same, as I've said, the same walk from the change rooms to the ring. I'm comfortable. I know everything around it. The fans being in there, All that matters is what happens in that ring. It doesn't matter whether there was 20,000 fans supporting me, 20,000 fans supporting him. When you're in that ring, it's only you and him in there. But him not being in Belfast, out of his familiar surroundings, he doesn't perform as well. He's vulnerable. It's shown in his performances every time he's fought outside of Belfast. And will it affect him on the night? If it does, it's a bonus. If not, I'm ready for the best Carl Frampton that there's ever been. But believe me, the best Scott Quigg beats the best Carl Frampton.
Carl Frampton says that you're weak, that you're superstitious, that you're fearful. When you hear those words, and then says that he's outsold gym tickets, that the fans are going to be 70% on his side in your hometown, how much of these things are important to you?
It's all lies. You've just heard he's been handing tickets back. He has not outsold more tickets. He's the one who's faithful. He's the one who's trying to take the dressing room away. He's the one who's trying to get a little edge. We need to unsettle them because they can't unsettle me. If I was to give in and say, yeah, you can have the dressing room, or no one has the dressing room, that's me being weak. That's me showing a sign of weakness. I'm standing strong, and I'm fighting, and I'm choosing to dictate what's going to happen. That ain't weakness. That's standing your ground. He's showing weakness. That's why when he's talking and we're looking at his eye, he starts talking, and he starts moving his hands. Yeah.
You're standing your ground all the way up until that bell rings. You're not going in there without that dressing room.
I'll be standing my ground from now until the end of that bell.
And lastly, how important is this fight to you? You walk into that ring through your family and friends, and you walk out the same way. Is this the biggest fight of your life? And what does it mean to you to win? This is the kind of fight you can't lose at home.
This is the biggest fight of my life. This will mean everything. Everything I've worked for, everything I've done so far in my career has all worked to this. It's irrelevant what I've done before now. It all comes down to this. I can go on and win a world title at another weight and go on to achieve another 10 fights unbeaten. But this fight will always be remembered. Carl Froch, George Groves, right? If you say what reminds you of Carl Froch, the George Groves fight. Carl Froch has beat fighters 10 times as good as George Groves, but he's remembered for knocking him out at Wembley. It's just a thing that when you're over here, domestic fight captures the public, and that's what you're remembered for. And this fight will be remembered, and there's no room for error, and I will win this fight.
Radio Raheem with Scott Quigg. A night to be remembered this Saturday, the 27th at Manchester Arena. Don't miss it. This guy is coming to war. Frampton's coming to war. When these two trains collide, it's going to be a lot of action. It's going to be explosive. Scott Quigg, we appreciate the time. Can't wait to see you in the ring Saturday night. Radio Raheem, Scott Quigg, William Hill, Vegas. Don't miss it.
William Hill Vegas sponsors Frampton versus Quigg on Sky Sports Box Office.